If you're a South African musician and you haven't earned anything in royalties, this video is going to help you out. I'll help you get your first 100 Rand in royalties with these 3 steps. The first step being registration. You have to have your music registered and you have to have yourself registered with a performance rights organization, mechanical rights organization, as well as a needle time rights organization for you to get royalties. If you're not registered, it's simple. You're just not going to earn any money. Now, should you go for SAMRO? Sure. Should you go for PRS? Sure. Should you go for ASCAP? BMI? Sure. You just need to make a decision as to which angle you're going to be taking. If you want the local route, sure, SAMRO is a good option. Get your 100 Rand, get your ID ready, and you'll be able to do your registration. If you want BMI, I think BMI is free, but that is a US-based organization. Understand that you might struggle with communication in that they are many, many hours behind us. So when you're sending emails through, there might be that asynchronous communication. You're not going to be able to communicate as well. Same with PRS. It is a similar time zone, but making an international call might cost you more money. So you're going to have to rely more on email with those companies. PRS charges £100, which is about 2,300, maybe a little bit more Rand as a once-off fee. So that's a whole lot more expensive than what SAMRO is, but you might weigh that up as a cost. The benefit might just be better. If you need assistance with your registrations, I do have a kit that will help you go through all your registrations with all the local companies. So SAMRO, Capasso, Sampra, you'll find that in my link in bio. The second thing is distribution. Distribution is getting your music out there into the world so that people can hear it, so that it can be used. And when it gets used, you can then start getting paid. Now, some of the ways that you can do this is by getting radio playlisting. So that would be contacting radios that actually pay money and getting your music playlisted and getting paid based on that. It does take some time. It can take 18 months, sometimes even longer for you to earn those royalties, but that's a surefire way of earning your first 100 Rand in royalties. Now, you can also get your music played in different places. So we speak about commercial radio stations that we do know, but there are also in-store radio stations. If you walk into a particular shop, you might hear music playing from above you. That music also needed to be playlisted. And more often than not, that music that you're hearing, if it's coming from an in-store radio station, is being paid for. Now, another option that you can try if you don't want something that's possibly as glamorous but does pay you as well, sometimes even better, is to get your stuff played in TV shows, in soapies, in these telenovelas, as well as in film, right? This is a little bit more difficult to get into, but if you can get on the good side of a music publisher, a music supervisor, or a music production company and get your music placed with them, then they can get your music placed inside of these shows and these films. Then we have other media. So we're talking about things like distributing it onto digital platforms where you can actually even earn more royalties than, say, a DistroKid will pay you. But then you can go for even more outlandish ways of earning money. Like just the other day, I had my daughter's toy in my hand and I was busy pushing buttons and I was like, this thing makes noise, like it makes music. Someone was paid to put this thing together. In the same way, when you turn on your console and you start playing games, you're hearing music playing in the background. If you're shooting people or if you're running and you're playing football or you're in the options menu, you're hearing music playing in the background. Someone had to compose that music and the people who composed that music got paid for it. So it's up to you to go and find ways that are both conventional and unconventional to get paid. The third way is having a system of tracking. Now, tracking is quite difficult and usually having a music publisher helps in terms of being able to track your music because you're not always going to be at the TV. You're not always going to be at the radio to hear your stuff being played. So having a music publisher does help. In that same toolkit, there is a video that talks about how to get a music publisher, how to find a good music publisher, and I actually go onto the internet and I scour for